Hi, it's Bubba time. How you doing today? Good? How many of you are in school right now? Me too. I'm in the 4th grade. And I got to tell you what happened to me last year in the 3rd grade. See, in the 3rd grade, they started teaching us science. And we had to do, a science project. Can you imagine that? A science project. And the teacher said, this is what I want you to do, boys and girls. I want you to grow the prettiest flower you can grow, and I want you to bring it back, and we're going to have a science fair and let all the parents come by and see the pretty plants that you grew. She said, now you got to get the seeds, and you got to take care of it in the wintertime, and then you make sure it's outside, and then we're going to do it in May, at the very end of May. So all the kids are excited about it. She's telling us all about it, and I don't like science very good, so I forgot about it. Till the day before the science fair, and teacher said, now boys and girls, hope you got all your plants ready to go. And everybody said, yeah. And Jesse looked over at me and said, Bubba, you got your plant? I said, were we supposed to get a plant? He said, yes. I said, okay, then I'm going to have one. So I went running home after school fast as I could. And I thought to myself, where am I going to get a plant? Where am I going to get? And I looked out on my backyard. And there were the most beautiful yellow flowers in my yard. So I went out and I got a pot and I dug up a bunch of them and I stuck them in there. And there was a whole bunch in there so they'd know how good a gardener I was. And I brought them to school for science fair. And we laid all of our plants out on a table, and there was a big sign that said, 3rd grade flower experience. And the teacher was so excited about it. She said, oh, this is going to be wonderful. And she started to go down and look at them. And she looked at mine and she said, Bubba, what's this? I said, teacher, it's my flower. And she said, Bubba, you forgot to do it, didn't you? I said, teacher, me? I wouldn't forget something like that. Can't you tell? I got all kinds of blooms. She said, Bubba, these are dandelions. I said, well, they're green and they're yellow and they're pretty, just like some of the other flowers. She said, yeah, but those are flowers. They're roses and petunias and gardenias and all kinds of fuddy days. She said, but yours is a dandelion. I said, I think it's pretty dandy too. She didn't agree with me very much. And so she had to let it stay because it was too late. And so during the science fair, all the people had a really good time. They saw all the pretty flowers, and I got the most votes because everybody really laughed when they saw mine, so they must have liked it a bunch when they saw that thing. And I went home, I brought my pot. I said, Mama, you want to put this in the kitchen? She said, Bubba, you just don't get it, do you? I said, what you mean? She said, Bubba, it's a flower because it's got, a pretties on top, but she said, really, it's a weed. She said, down deep in here, it goes in, it gets into the yards and spreads, and it kills all the grass. And I said, huh? She said, well, it looks like something, it's not. She said, in the Bible, that's called a hippopotamus. No, not a hippopotamus, a hypocrite. She said, it's a hypocrite because it appears to be something it's not. She said, you know what? Some people are like that dandelion. They appear to be Christians, but they're really not. So she said, every time you see a dandelion, you better check your heart because you want to make sure that you're a child of God. And once you've asked Jesus into your heart, you are. And you need to remind yourself that you're not a hypocrite. I just prefer to say dandelion now. But remember, check your heart. Make sure you're real, that you love Jesus, because you don't want to be a dandelion. Okay? Thank you very much. Off you go.